on the what the hell? I can't see myself. Already, I don't know if it's recording or not, but whatever. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I'm Chase. This is Kody. We are here to talk about a mutual favorite band for us both, the legendary AC/DC. So let's get into it. We're gonna rank what the 16 studio albums that the band has.
Yep.
So
So yeah, there's like 5 Bon Scott albums, studio albums, and
yeah,
11 Brian Johnson.
that's crazy, man. That Bon Scott was only on 5.
Yeah,
It seems
definitely
like so
is.
much more, but it's not. It's really strange.
Yeah.
Let me see here. So we will not be talking about um, the original High Voltage, the Australia only High Voltage, um, uh, the Australia only TNT, the Who Meets or the Who Made Who, and um, what's the other one that we were talking about? I totally
The
the
Australian
74
version of
jailbreak. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the 74 jailbreak. So we will talk about those probably probably at the end. But yeah, if you would like to go first, give me like your bottom 5 or so.
All right. We could like take turns, like
Sure.
with
Yeah.
each number. So like
Sure.
I
Yeah,
give
we
you
can do that too.
my number 16, then you give me your number 16. We'll go like
Sure.
that.
Sure.
All right. Well, my number 16 is Stiff Upper Lip. Yeah. It does have 4 songs that I like on it. I do like the title track, Stiff Upper Lip. Safe in New York City, I like. Can't Stop Rock and Roll, I like.
Mm-hmm.
And Satellite Blues, I like.
Yep.
So yeah, it's
Yep.
got 4 solid songs on it. I like a good chunk of the album, but not the whole thing.
It's very disjointed.
Yeah.
Very disjointed album. It was 2000. I remember
Yep.
2001 somewhere around there. So yeah, they had been away for a few years. I think it was 90. What was it? 97. Their last album, something like that. I might be totally
Yeah,
off on that, but
yeah,
yeah,
I
I know
think
they
it was 95, their last
5.
album before that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Ballbreaker, yeah. So yeah, it had been a couple years, and yeah, it's not my 16, but it's not much higher than my 16. My 16 is Blow Up Your Video. I like Blow Up Your Video. It's uh, it's weird because I'm in the minority. I like the album cover. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I like him coming out of the TV or the screen or whatever. I like Heat Seeker. I like Mean Streak. Um, Kiss and Dynamite is a guilty pleasure for me. I know a lot of people don't like that song or and like with it. I like it. Nick of Time is fun, and that's really kind of it for me. Like
Yeah.
it's really disjointed for me. It's very like my 15 to 16. Honestly, they could flip just like my 1 and 2 could flip. To be honest with you, but
Yeah.
yeah. What's your
You weren't a
15?
big
What's
um
up?
so with Blow Up Your Video, were you what'd you think of Tears Up? Did you not like that song?
Which song? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, Two's Up.
It's good. I
Yeah.
like it. It's not one of my favorites. It would be more towards like the middle-ish part, like the bottom part of if I was to rank all their songs, it would be like the middle-ish ending.
Yeah.
It's a good song. It's not the one that I go back to, but I enjoy it.
Yeah. I
I
like
enjoy
that
it.
song too.
Yeah.
But yeah, my number 15 is Rock or Bust.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
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 But I do like the title track, Rock or Bust.
Mhm. Mhm.
I like I like Play Ball. I like Rock the Blues Away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like Baptism by Fire.
Yeah, that's a
And
fun song.
Emission Control is good. I like
Mm-hmm.
that song.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very much so. I think we're going to have a very similar bottom 5 or 6. I'm guessing. Because my number 15 is Stiff Upper Lip. And Rocker Bust is not that much higher. For me. Yeah. Stiff Upper Lip for me is just I like the album cover. The Statue of Angus is fun. The title track is good. All the songs that you said are fun. I really like Damned. I don't know why. That's a good song. That is a song that it's just catchy for me. I don't know. It might be a guilty pleasure AC/DC song, but I like it. What can I say? What can I say? So yeah, not much else I have to say besides what you already said.
Yeah. All right. So we're at number 14 now.
Yep.
Okay. My number 14 would probably have to be Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. I do like this album a lot though,
High for me.
I do have a lot of preferences over it. Like
Yeah, I get
I
it.
do yeah. But yeah, I do like the title track, of course, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Love at First Feel is a great song.
Yep.
Rocker, I like.
Mhm.
Problem
Mhm.
Child, Ain't No Fun Waiting Around to Be a Millionaire. That's a good
It's a
one.
great song. I love it.
Yeah, Right On and Squealer. So yeah,
Mhm.
this album's got a lot of good stuff. I just have some preferences. So
Yeah. 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 My 14 is Rocker Bust. I am a Black Ice came out. That was the first rock/metal concert I ever went to. Was the Black Ice tour in Vegas. So I have a special nostalgia for that album. It's a lot higher. Rock or Bust was their follow up, and I like it, but it's very unmemorable for me. There's not much for me that it felt a little not low energy. It's just I didn't feel the band was really the band anymore, if that makes sense. They didn't have the same they didn't have the same raw that they've always had.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I like it. I like the title track. I like a couple more songs on it, but overall for me, it's my number 14.
All right. My number 13 is High Voltage. But again, I do it's got some great songs in it. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Rock and roll singer, Livewire, TNT, Can I Sit Next to You, Girl, Little Lover, and High Voltage. Some really good stuff on here, but again, just have some preferences. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I totally get it. I totally get it. For sure. My 13 is Fly on the Wall. I don't like the album cover. I don't like a lot of the songs on here. I like First Blood. I like Danger. Hell or High Water. Stand Up is fun. Send for the Man is good too. Um, and I've listened to AC/DC. I grew up a big rock or classic rock and heavy metal fan, so this is maybe my least of all the classic rock and metal bands that I love. This is maybe my least listened to AC/DC album, even though it's not my least favorite. It's my least listened to for sure. There's some
yeah,
good songs on here, but it's kind of like Metallica's "And Justice for All" for me, where I like the songs, But as soon as I stop listening to the album, I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, my number 13.
All right. My number 12 would have to be For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. Um, I really do like this album a lot. It's a great album. It's got like a lot of great songs in here, like For Those About to Rock, We Salute You, I Put the Finger on You, Let's Get It Up, Inject the Venom, Snowballed, Evil Walks, COD, um, Breaking the Rules, and Spellbound. Really, the only song on the For Those About to Rock album that I don't really like is Night of the Long Knives. Don't really like that
Okay.
song that
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I like all the other songs on it though.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Like I said, I thought I really thought we were gonna have similar lists. Um, your last few have been very, very different than from mine, which I kind of like, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Two very different perspectives, two very different uh, rankings, which I like a lot. My number 12 is Flick of the Switch. I don't know, man. This one's fun. I like Nervous Shakedown, Landslide, Guns for Hire, Deep in the Hole, Rising Power. The house is on, or this house is on fire. The title track's fun, but it's good. But again, it's kind of like Fly on the Wall for me, where it's probably my second least listened to AC/DC album. I don't like this cover art at all. It's just like a white it's white with the Angus putting something on a shelf or whatever. It's okay. It's if I was to grade it, I'd give it like a, I don't know, a 5 or 5.5 out of 10. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it, but it's not. I like others more.
Yeah. All right. Looks like we're at number 11 now.
I love 11. Yeah.
Yep. My number 11 is Black Ice. I really like this album a lot. It's got a lot of great songs on here. It's actually the studio album that has like the most songs on it because it's like
I
the
believe
only,
so. Yeah.
yeah, it's the only studio album that has 15 songs on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of songs. Um, but yeah, it's got some great stuff like Rock and Roll Train, Skies on Fire, Big Jack, Anything Goes, War Machine, Spoiling for a Fight, Wheels, Stormy Mayday, She Likes Rock and Roll Dream, Black Ice. It's a really fun album. I like
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It for me. This was the so remind me. It was Stiff Upper Lip, and then this one, right? There was an 8-year gap, if I remember correctly, in between the two albums. I could be wrong.
Um,
I
My
think
Gap.
so.
Um,
I believe so. Um, but yeah, I believe Stiff Upper Lip was 95, and then or no, sorry, Stiff Upper Lip was 95 or 2000. I think this one was their next one. I
um,
think I could be wrong, but I think that's what
oh
it
yeah,
was.
oh yeah. Black Guys was 8 years
Yeah,
after
yeah,
Stiff Upper
yeah,
Lip. Yeah, it was
yeah,
2008. Yeah.
yeah. So that was like I said, I have a lot of nostalgia for that album. I totally get why people don't like it as much as others. It's just for me, I have nostalgia for it, so it's a bit higher for me. My number 11 is Ballbreaker. Or did we do 11? Yeah, no, we're on 11, right?
Yeah, we're on 11.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Ballbreaker is a good album. I really love the cover art with Angus up on the stage with Ballbreaker underneath it. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I there's some it's better than the other few for me because I like some of the songs more. But in general, for me, it's just kind of it would be a good 6 out of 10 for me. I like Hard as a Rock. I like Boogeyman. The Honey Roll, Burning Alive is fun. Love Bomb is maybe my all-time favorite, like, guilty pleasure AC/DC album or song. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love that song. It's so much fun. But yeah, your number's 10, good sir.
All right.
I love your hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
That's a kick-ass hat.
Yeah, I got it at Walmart. Like one of my local Walmarts, like out in the Spokane Valley.
Oh,
I
nice.
live in Spokane, so
Nice.
yeah, I've quite a few
Nice.
Walmarts to go to.
Yeah, lucky. I have one.
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, my number 10 would have to be The Razor's Edge. I do really love this album, but I love it a little bit less than other people do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's got a lot of great songs on here. Thunderstruck, Fire Your Guns, Money Talks, the title track, Razor's Edge, which is one of like the more
Song.
like, yeah, it's one of the more darker AC/DC songs.
Yep.
And yeah, Mistress for Christmas, Rock Your Heart Out, Are You Ready, Shot of Love, Let's Make It, Goodbye and Good Riddance to Bad Luck, and If You Dare. A lot of great songs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That is much higher on my list for me. Not just to say where it is, but I love that album. I love that album so much. My number 10 is the new guy on the block, Power Up. I really like this album a lot. It really has a fun, quick, entertaining pace to it. But I just like 9 albums more. I think for a band that had Black Ice and then Rocker Bust and then this one, I would go Black Ice, Power Up, Rocker Bust if I was to rank the 3. But I really, really like Power Up a lot. I love the cover art. It's really cool. It's really entertaining. It's just a very entertaining album in general. Its pace is fun. I think Brian sounds really refreshed on this album after being away for a couple years, and
Yeah,
Axl Rose absolutely destroying and ruining every song that he sang on
yeah,
tour, because I like Axl Rose enough, but as a person, I can't stand him. He's an asshole. I don't. I think he's a good singer, but he ruined CDC for me for a couple years there.
yeah. He just didn't sound right. He didn't have the
It
AC/DC sound. So
no, he sounded like Axl Rose singing AC/DC songs, and it made no sense.
yeah,
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, no, I think Brian sounds great on here. I believe this is the first album. I could be totally wrong. I think this is the first album with Stevie full time,
uh,
right?
actually, it is the second
Oh,
album
okay,
because
okay. So Rocker Bus was the first,
yeah,
yeah, oh yeah, Rocker Bus.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, I couldn't. Oh yeah, Malcolm retired in 2013.
yeah, yeah. That was the year that Rocker Bus came
Something like
out, and
that.
then
Yeah,
Stevie
yeah.
joined the band.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah. Black Ice. Yeah, Black Ice was the last album
Last one
that
with Malcolm,
Malcolm.
with
Yeah,
Malcolm. Yeah,
Malcolm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I like this album, but I have 9 more that I like just a bit more. So yeah.
All right. So my number 9 is "Blow Up Your Video."
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, really love this album a lot. I actually love all the songs on it. Really enjoy all the songs. Heat Seeker, That's the Way I Want to Rock and Roll, Mean Streak, Go Zone, Kissing Dynamite, Nick of Time, Some Sin for Nothing, Rough Stuff, Tuzef, This Means War. Love all those songs.
I forgot to mention This Means War, and I really like that song.
Yeah,
Forgot to
it's a
mention
great
that one.
song.
That one's a good song too. It's much better than the Avenged Sevenfold. This Means War. I don't know if you ever heard of Avenged Sevenfold or heard that song.
Yeah, I've heard of that band, but I haven't heard their music though.
It's a bit. Their musicianship is good. I like M Shadow's voice, but he can get a little. If that makes sense
Yeah,
at times. But yeah, no, it's a good song. But yeah, I like ACDC's This Means War a lot more. A lot more. So my number 9 is High Voltage. Um, this was their first international release, if I remember correctly. Um, this has a lot of fun. It's what 9 or 10 um songs on it, so it's really quick. Live Wire is one of my all-time favorite AC/DC songs. It's so cool. It's so good. Well, it's a long way. It's a long way to the long way to the top. If you want to rock and roll, is another great AC/DC song. Rock and Roll Singer, The Jack, TNT, Can I Sit Next to You Girl, Little Lover, She's Got Balls, and High Voltage. I love all 9. I like 8 more, and that's it. But I love this album.
nice,
It's great.
nice. Um, my number 8 is Let There Be Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I love the album from start to finish. Go Down, Dog Eat Dog, Let There Be Rock, Bad Boy Boogie,
Love Dog Eat Dog.
yeah, Problem Child, Overdose, great song.
Yep.
Hell Ain't a
Yep.
Bad Place to Be, great song.
Yep.
Whole Lot of Rosie, great song. A lot of great songs on here.
Yep. Yep.
And I believe
For
it's
sure.
the shortest Bon Scott album too. Only 8
I
songs.
believe so. I believe you're right on that one. I believe you're right.
Yeah,
I believe you're right. My number 8 is Black Ice. Like I said before, this was the first rock concert I ever went to. Was in 2008. I was 12 or 13. I was obsessed with this band, like I still am to this day. I remember on Sirius XM, whenever my mom was driving us around, that's all we listened to for like 2 months was ACDC radio back in the day, and whatever station it took over for like 2 months, and it was amazing. And I just remember going to that concert and being so blown away by how much fun the band was, and just how great live they were. They played for about an hour 15, whatever it was, and it was great. I love most of these songs. Rock and Roll Train was the song that came out to on that on that on that tour. They had a train come onto the stage, just came onto the stage. You just heard train,
yeah.
you just heard a train, then boom, and then I was like, whoa, yeah, Rock and Roll Train is great. Skies on Fire is really fun. Big Jack is doofy as hell, but I absolutely love it. So much fun. Um, Anything Goes has like an Iron Maiden, like if Iron Maiden was to make like not a ballad but like a ballady song, that's
Yeah.
kind of what Skies on Fire would be, at least Anything Goes. Excuse me. I like the song. What can I say? War Machine is killer. I think
Yeah.
I think that's probably my favorite vocal from Brian on that album. Smash and Grab is corny as hell, but I absolutely love it. Spoiling for a Fight is so much fun. Wheels, probably my least favorite song on the album, but I really enjoy it. Decibel is a fun one too. Stormy Mayday. You know what? No. Stormy Mayday is my least favorite song on the album. Wheels is my number 2, but I still like Stormy Mayday quite a bit. She Likes Rock and Roll is fun. Money Made, Rock and Roll Dream, Rocking All the Way, and the title track, 15 songs. I really like all 15, to be honest with you. Like I said, it's nostalgia for sure, but
Yeah.
I like this album quite a bit.
Yeah, and what I'll say about Stormy Mayday is it kind of has like a Led Zeppelin kind of
Oh,
sound
for
to it.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's got that 70s classic, rock vibe. For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree on that one. Absolutely agree.
All right, so we're at number 7 now.
Mhm.
All right, my number 7 is the new album, Power Up.
There you go. There
Um,
you go.
yeah, it's a great album. I really like all the songs. Realize, Rejection, Shot in the Dark, Through the Mists of Time, Kick You When You're Down, Witch's Spell, Demon Fire, Wild Reputation, No Man's Land, Systems Down, Money Shot, Code Red. All really good songs. Some are better than others, but
For
I
sure. For sure.
really enjoy all those songs though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My number 7 is For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. Um, the title track is, I believe, the closer for every single AC/DC concert they've ever done since that album came out. It's so good. It's not even an overrated song. It's just so freaking awesome. I love that. Let's Get It Up is just like a fun rock anthem, and I absolutely love it. Snowballed is fun. Evil Walks, COD, Breaking the Rules, and Spellbound are my favorites from this album. I really love this album. Like we're getting into a territory for me where it's like I don't just like these albums. I love these albums. Like my top 7, 8, I love them. Like
Yep.
all time rock, classic rock, heavy metal. Like top 100 classic rock or heavy metal. Like all 7, 8 of these are for me on the list somewhere. It's
Nice.
great. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Uh, my number 6 is Highway to Hell. Um, Great album. I'm getting into albums that I really love now too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, love all the songs on the album. Title track, Highway to Hell. Girls Got Rhythm, Walk All Over You. Touch Too Much is I'd say a pretty underrated album. Pretty
Oh,
underrated song.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah,
great. Great
great.
song. Great
Yeah,
album. For sure.
yeah. Beating
For
Around the
sure.
Bush. Shot Down in Flames, great song. Get
That
It
song
Hot.
so much.
Yeah.
I love that song.
If You Want Blood, You've Got It. Great song. Uh, Love Hungry Man, Night Prowler. It's a great song. Night Prowler. It's much like The Razor's Edge. Really dark song.
It's very croony, and I love it because Bon Scott, he almost talks when he was singing, and
Yeah.
he's very croony, and it's very creepy and eerie, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Me too.
My number 6 is six. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. This has maybe the most like what album cover for me because it's just
Yeah.
people at a gas station or a diner with black lines over their eyes, and the ACDC logo isn't even on the album cover. It's just like pink, like it looks.
Yeah.
Can't even see it. Like it's just that, and it looks so bad.
Yeah. It's a
But I
very weird
Yeah,
album
it's
cover
very
compared
strange,
to the
but I
other ones. Yeah.
love this album. It is so
Yeah.
good. I love the title track is great. Big Big Balls, Love at First Feel, Rocker, Problem Child is so great. I love that song. Oh, it's just I this entire album for me is nearly perfect for me. Like it's just like like I can't like if I was to like if I can move my top 7, 8 around, I probably wouldn't make this like my number 3. But it's just where I have it.
Yeah.
I love this album. It's so good. I love it.
Yeah. A lot of these are interchangeable for me too.
It's hard, man. It's hard when you
Yeah.
have a classic band like this, and yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. Um, my number 5 is Powerage. It's my favorite of the Bon Scott albums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Powerage. Great songs. Rock and Roll Damnation. Down Payment Blues. Give Me a Bullet. Riff Raff. Sin City. What's Next to the Moon. Gone Shooting. Up to My Neck to You. In You. Um, Kicked in the Teeth. Great songs. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. My top 5.
Everything you just said is the reason why we are tied at number 5. I love Powerage, man. It is such a good album. I love the cover. It's so corny, but it's such a good album cover. With Angus just like on the cover.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I love it. Yeah, same. Everything you just said, man. I absolutely 100% agree. It's a great classic rock and roll album. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it. For sure.
All right. Looks like we're on number 4 now.
Yep.
My number 4 is Ballbreaker.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a really underrated album. I really love all the songs on here. Hard as a Rock, Cover You in Oil, The Führer, Boogeyman, The Honey Roll, Brennan Alive, Hail Caesar. That's my favorite track.
Hail Caesar's fun. For sure.
Yeah, Love Bomb, Caught with Your Pants Down, Whiskey on the Rocks, the title track, Ballbreaker, a lot of great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's one I listen to a lot.
I love that we're so different on our rankings. It's so cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. Number 4 for me is Let There Be Rock. It is my second favorite Brian Johnson or Bon Scott album. Um, this is maybe my most or my second most listened to album. Top 3 for sure. AC/DC album. Listening wise, I love this album. I mean, every song on here. There's only 8 tracks, man. I love it. It's so good. Dog Eat Dog Eat Dog, Go Down, Let There Be Rock, Bad Boy Boogie, Problem Child, Overdose, Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be is such an awesome late 70s classic rock tune. I love it so much. I love this
Yeah.
album so much. And then one of the all-time most hilariously great songs, A Whole Lot of Rosie. When they bring the blow up balloon on stage, it's so funny. I love
Yeah,
it. It was
definitely.
great. It was great to see that one live because they brought this. It's so funny. I love it so much. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. My number 4 for sure. For sure.
nice. My number 3 is Back in Black. Um, Great album from start to finish. Definitely one of my favorites. In the top 3 for sure for me. Got a lot of great stuff on here. Hell's Bells, Shoot to Thrill. That's my favorite track on the album. What Do You Do for Money, Honey? Giving the Dog a Bone, which is a really underrated track for sure. Um, Let Me Put My Love Into You. The title track, Back in Black. You Shook Me All Night Long. Have a Drink on Me. Shake a Leg. Rock and Roll Ain't Always Pollution. A lot of great songs.
Every single one of those songs rocks. It's not my number 3. I'll talk about that in a minute. My number 3 is The Razor's Edge. What can I say about this album? I love this album. I listened to this album for the first time in a while about a year and a half ago. I fell in love with every track on this album, man. It is so much fun. Thunderstruck is my all-time favorite AC/DC opening track. It is just so much fun. That opening riff is unreal, is so catchy, is so much fun. I love it. I love this album. It's my number 3. The Razor's Edge is phenomenal.
Nice.
Phenomenal. And my second favorite Brian Johnson album.
Nice. All right. No, with my number 2 and my number 1, this is where like our lists are like completely different, especially but my number 2 is Fly on the Wall. Yeah, I love Fly on the Wall, and all the songs on here, the title track Fly on the Wall, Shake Your Foundations, First Blood, Danger, Sink the Pink, Playing with Girls, Stand Up, Hell or High Water, Back in Business, and Sent for the Man. Love all those songs, and it's one I listen to quite a bit.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I love that we are so different because I don't know about you, but for me, I wouldn't say that AC/DC has a bad album.
No, I wouldn't either, because even though Stiff Upper Lips my least favorite, it still has like 4 songs that I really like.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah,
For sure. For sure. I mean, just because Fly on the Wall is your number 2 and it's my number 13, they're still good. They're still good. It's still good, man. I love it. So I literally seconds after I stopped talking about Razor's Edge, I switched my 1 and my 2. My number 2 has been my number 1 AC/DC album for such a long time. But I recently listened to them back to back about 2 weeks ago. And I said, I think my number 2 is now my number 1, and my number 1 is now my number 2. But I love them both. My number 2 is Back in Black.
nice.
For me, because AJ and I have a podcast that we do that was originally just me. Because when COVID was going on, I had nothing to do except work and then sit and pick my nose. So I'm like, I'm going to start a podcast. One of the first musical things I ever did was rank a whole bunch of albums. Most of them I didn't even put out, but I just did them. But one that I did put out was ranking the AC/DC albums. Back in Black was my number 1 for one reason, and that's because after Bon Scott died, they put out this masterpiece, and it shows that just because their lead singer dies, they can still kick ass. They can still be the best rock band on the planet Earth, and they can still absolutely kill it. Back in Black is my all-time favorite AC/DC song. I absolutely love it. It's perfect. Hell's Bells has got to be in my top 3, if not my number 2. I love that song. Shoot to Thrill, What You Do for Money, Honey, Giving the Dog a Bone, Let Me Put My Love Into You, the title track, masterpiece. You Shook Me All Night Long, Have a Drink on Me, Shake a Leg, and Rock and Roll Ain't Noise. Pollution, for me, this is a no-brainer, 10 out of 10, A+ album. Not one bad track on here. It's just, for me, one other album beat it out by a hair. By a hair.
Nice. So my number 1 is an album that I think is the most underrated AC/DC album. And that's Flick of the Switch. I love this album so much. Rising Power, This House is on Fire, Flick of the Switch, the title track, Nervous Shakedown, Landslide, Gods for Hire, Deep in the Hole, Bedlam in Belgium, Badlands, Brain Shake, all great songs. And it's probably my most listened to AC/DC
Okay.
album. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, for me, my number one is now Highway to Hell. Um, it's funny because for me, when I was a kid, I liked the Bon Scott stuff. Like I really liked it, but I was always a Brian Johnson guy. As I've gotten older, though, I've kind of gravitated more towards the Bon Scott stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just maybe because his stuff resonates more with me. I don't know. But just like I love Highway to Hell. It is a perfect, like, that top 100 rock and roll heavy metal, classic heavy metal albums that I was talking about. This would be top 3, if not top 2 for me. Like, I
Yeah.
love, like, the title track, Girls Got Rhythm, Walk All Over You, Touch Too Much, away, Beating Around the Bush, Shut Down in Flames, Get It Hot, If You Want Blood, you got it, Love Hungry Man, and Night Prowler. I mean, it doesn't get much better than Back in Black. But for me, Highway to Hell is just that much better as of right
Yeah.
now. It could change. It could change and go back to Back in Black. But right now, Highway to Hell is my number one.
Yeah. Both are great albums.
Yeah,
But yeah, all the albums that I have in my top 10, I consider great albums. I love
yeah, for
all the
sure.
albums in my top 10. So
I think for both of us, it's very good to great with this ranking.
yeah.
Like number 16 is very good, and number one is great. Like it's like for when I was a kid, man, ACDC and Van Halen very much so fought for my favorite classic rock band. And it's just over the years, I think ACDC has a better discography overall.
Yeah.
I think there's some legendary Van Halen albums on there, and I think also for me, I'm not. I like Sammy Hagar, but I don't love him in Van Halen.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of put me over the edge with ACDC back in the day when I was a kid, putting ACDC as my favorite rock band of all time over Van Halen. But Eddie Van Halen, I love Angus Young. I do. I think Eddie Van Halen is a genius guitar player.
Yeah. He
He,
definitely is.
when he died, I listened to Van Halen for, God, 2 straight weeks, 3 straight weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, it's the same thing when Malcolm died. I did the exact same thing.
Yep.
I just listened to ACDC because, I mean, there are some great rhythm guitar players out there in the rock and the metal sphere, but like Malcolm Young is like top 3
Yeah. Definitely.
rhythm guitar players. Like Angus is the one that's the showy guy. He's him and him and Brian now compete for who's the real front man of the band. And then
Yep.
you just got Malcolm in the background just doing his thing, just keeping the beat, just keeping the rhythm of the song, and it's he's great. I love him. I love Malcolm Young. I've grown such an appreciation. I'm musically challenged in every way possible, but I've grown such a giant appreciation for rhythm guitarists and bass players over the last, I don't know, decade.
Yeah.
That it's like I gravitate more towards them now more than anything. Um, and yeah, man, I love this band. I just they do it so well. They do it
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah. That they have a very consistent
For sure.
discography. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. A lot of disc system. But yeah, my second and third favorites are Black Sabbath and Van Halen.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I love those bands, but
Yeah.
I'd say those two bands, they both at least have like two or three albums that I don't like.
Yeah.
Uh,
For sure.
but with AC/DC, really isn't an album that I don't like.
For sure.
So
For sure.
yeah,
For sure. Yeah. Black Sabbath is in my top 3 bands all time. Like for me, it's Iron Maiden 1, Black Sabbath 2, Judas Priest 3, and then even though I love AC/DC, there's those 3, and then there's everybody else for me. Like
yeah,
those 3 bands for me are like the cream of the crop for me. I love all 3. AC/DC top 15, top 10, probably for sure. It's tough, but yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm a big thrash and death metal guy. Like those are probably my top 2 favorite genres in the metal rock sphere. I just love them so much. But yeah, there's just nothing like classic heavy metal and classic rock sometimes, man. Like
yeah,
it's so much fun. So much fun. I love it.
yeah.
Just,
Classic rock and classic heavy metal are my two favorites.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
for sure. If I ever did like a top 10 genres or something, that would be nearly like my head would explode because I listen to so much music that's mostly in the rock and heavy metal genres, I should say. But yeah, there's just it's tough. Like it's really hard. Like this was hard. Like when I made this list a couple years ago, it was hard
yeah, definitely.
because it's like which one do I do? Like which one's my least favorite? Which one's my second least favorite? Which one's my it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, definitely.
They're they're a great band. Getting to see them live. Have you ever seen them live?
Unfortunately, I haven't because I was born in 2001.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, my dad introduced me to like old like rock and metal music
Yeah,
and
same
stuff.
same with me.
Yeah,
Same with me for sure. Yeah. Yeah, on my mom's side, they're into more like prog rock stuff that I was never really into. I've gotten a little more into prog metal, but I'm still not like there. It's a little too wankery for me if that makes sense. But
yeah,
like yeah, man, there's like I grew up on like AC/DC and Black Sabbath and all those bands and Van Halen and Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and all that, and it's just it's what I love. Like it's in my DNA. Like you can't take it away
yeah,
from me. I was watching my mom's dogs a few weeks ago, and my I brought my dog with me. There were 6 dogs in the house and 1 human. Thanks, mom. Um,
yeah.
and I got to her house and she was in the kitchen, and I was listening to what band was it? And it was a death metal band. And she's like, "Turn that shit down! It's so loud." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, I know. You hate it." She She doesn't like most of the stuff that I listen to. It's really funny. She hates it.
Yeah.
She likes AC/DC. She likes my dad's side of the family was more into like the hair metal and stuff, and I
Yeah.
like that stuff too, but it's a little too poppy for me. It's a little too commercial for my taste. But every once in a while, I will listen to a hair metal band and get my fix, and then move on. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I would love to just do at some point, just do take like a top 10 like top 10 favorite heavy metal or classic heavy metal and classic hard rock bands, and just like not even a list, but like just talk classic rock and classic metal with you sometimes, because
Yeah.
it's great. I love it.
Yeah. We should definitely do like ranking of like the Black Sabbath and Van Halen albums at some point.
For sure.
Uh,
Anytime, bro.
yeah.
Anytime.
Are you a Kiss fan?
I am. I'm more of the casual Kiss fan.
Yeah.
Um, but I know you like Dio too, right?
Yeah. I like
Are you a
Dio.
Priest fan?
Judas Priest. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like some of their songs quite a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could definitely do Van Halen and Kiss and Black Sabbath for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. We have to do Black Sabbath. I'm in the middle of packing right now, and I just packed my Black Sabbath shirt. I would pull it out and be like, "Hey, look!"
Yeah.
But it's in the box right now. It's deep in a box, so when I get to my new place, I will definitely be pulling that out for that video for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna be moving pretty soon too. So
Yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, I would have showed like all my like AC/DC albums and stuff,
Yeah,
but they're
yeah,
all packed.
same. Same.
Yeah, they're all packed up though. So
Yeah. Yeah, no. All right, man. Yeah, that's about it for this one, guys. I just wanted to get Kody on here because I know that he loves AC/DC probably more than I do, even though I love them. Um, but yeah, thanks, thanks for coming on, man. And yeah, next time hopefully we can do Black Sabbath for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
sounds great. Yep.
Cool, man. I'll talk to you
All
later.
right. Talk to you later.
Peace. Peace.